17 million nails secure the Winchester Mystery House, each one driven with deliberate, desperate intent. Sarah Winchester believed that every hammer blow bought her another day, another breath, against the spirits she could not outrun. For over 3 decades, from 1886 until her death in 1922, the widow Sarah Winchester oversaw a continuous construction project on her sprawling estate in San Jose, California. The mansion grew from a modest farmhouse into an architectural marvel encompassing 160 rooms, 40 bedrooms, and an incredible 47 fireplaces. Publicly, the narrative embraced her eccentric nature, an heiress of vast wealth channeling her profound grief over the loss of her infant daughter and her husband into a lifelong passion for building. She spent millions from her inherited fortune, specifically from the lucrative Winchester Repeating Arms Company, transforming a simple dwelling into a grand, if unconventional, monument to her family. The sheer scale and continuous evolution of the estate, costing an estimated $5.5 million at the time, over $150 million today, simply cemented her reputation as a fascinating, sorrow-stricken visionary. Workers toiled 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, adding wings, turrets, and intricate details, fulfilling her specific, often peculiar, directives. Yet, beneath the surface of grand eccentricity, the details of the construction presented a profound disquiet. The mansion featured staircases that ascended directly into ceilings, doors that opened onto solid walls, and windows that peered into other rooms, not out into the gardens or the California sky. A particular grand ballroom, one of 2 in the house, lay entirely uncompleted, its interior walls unplastered, its grand fireplace never lit. A closet that measured mere inches deep existed alongside magnificent parlors. The 47 fireplaces, each intricately designed, often lacked functional chimneys, or led to dead ends, or the floors above. These were not mistakes, nor were they whimsical flourishes. They were meticulously planned, specifically ordered, and endlessly revised elements of a structure that defied all logical architectural principles. The official ledger entries, detailing thousands of cubic feet of lumber and millions of nails, confirm these impossible additions were entirely intentional. These impossible features were the physical manifestation of Sarah Winchester's private terror. Following the deaths of her daughter Annie and husband William, legend holds she consulted a Boston medium. The medium delivered a chilling revelation. Sarah was cursed by the spirits of all those killed by the Winchester rifle, and they sought vengeance. To appease them, and to escape their wrath, she was instructed to build a house, endlessly, without ever stopping. The moment construction ceased, she would die. The mansion was not a home. It was a desperate, multi-story labyrinth designed to confuse, distract, and delay the malevolent entities. The staircases to nowhere, the doors to walls, the constant remodeling of already finished sections. These were not architectural whims, but strategic defenses against an unseen army. She believed the spirits moved through the house, and by constantly changing its layout, she could evade them, trapping them in dead-end passages or baffling them with impossible geometries. Each of the 47 fireplaces, regardless of its function, was a potential entry point, or perhaps a place to gather. The very act of building was a ritual of survival, a daily battle waged with lumber, brick, and 17 million nails against the ceaseless accusations of the dead. Imagine a late evening, the gaslights barely cutting through the dense San Jose fog that sometimes crept into the house. Sarah Winchester, small and frail, would descend to her private seance room, a single, soundproof chamber designed specifically for communication with the other side. The air in that room hung heavy, thick with the scent of old wood and the metallic tang of fear. She sat alone, pressing her ear to the cold, carved oak of her spirit cabinet, listening for specific, low-toned bells to ring. Each faint vibration through the floorboards, each barely audible whisper, was a command for the next day's construction, a new wall to erect, another door to seal, another staircase to twist. The silence between these spectral directives was often more suffocating than the whispers themselves. The foreman received daily instructions, handwritten on slips of paper. Carpenters moved quickly. Plasterers worked through the night. Walls went up. Rooflines shifted. Money flowed, endless. Another room began. Another room changed. Windows were installed, then covered over. Doors appeared, then disappeared. The hammering never stopped. The saws kept biting. The mansion pulsed with relentless, desperate construction. One worker, asked why they were building a particular stairway that turned into a wall, simply stated, "Mrs. Winchester wanted it." He just kept building. Every day, the mansion shifted. Every night, Sarah Winchester slept in a different bedroom, believing the spirits would not find her in a new location. The vast, impossible structure was both her sanctuary and her prison, a constant reminder of the lives taken by her family's invention and the desperate measures she took to preserve her own. She was the mansion's architect, its inmate, and its haunted heiress, driven by a terror only she could see. Did Sarah Winchester truly prolong her life through this impossible, endless construction, or did the mansion itself become the very thing that trapped her, consuming her mind and fortune? Who else suffers the consequences when a fortune built on death demands such a steep and visible penance? If this is the kind of story you were looking for,